Well, hello. Hello, my fellow sensitive people. It is I, your favorite oracle, the Oracle of Whimsy. And today I decided, what the hooey? I mean, what the heck? I might as well give readings that the people, you, the people who live here and frolic in this crazy kingdom called the Oracle of Whimsy, you get to decide what the cards, what the card readings are going to be about. It's all for you, baby. All right. So, question from one of the viewers, and that question was, "Dear Oracle, lead me to my divine purpose. What is my divine calling? What is my divine purpose?" And I thought, gosh darn it, being an oracle, what the heck? What the hooey? I might as well do the empath's prayer and offer people what they truly want, what they truly need, what's ultimately going to empower you, lift you up, and help you have the tools necessary in order to be happy. Now, as many of you know, I practice an ancient religion, which is called Buddhism. And in the Buddhist teachings, we talk about the purpose of life and the purpose of our Buddhist practice. And of course, the purpose of our Buddhist practice is to, you guessed it, be happy. And we're not talking about hedonism, though hedonism, I have partaken and enjoyed it immensely. We're talking about a deeper purpose, a deeper happiness. What is your divine calling here on earth? So, joking aside, wouldn't it be great if we did that? If we looked to the cards and gave you a reading to help you determine what your divine purpose is? All right, so we have 3 decks laid out. This is the one tarot, by the way, which was created by Lena Rodriguez and Sienna Rose. It's a beautiful deck, and I absolutely love it. And then we have this reverse tarot, which my friend Francis got me, which I absolutely love. And of course, we have the Universal Rider-Waite, which we often use. I want you to take a moment and to just meditate and think about which deck is calling you. Which deck is calling you as we attempt to find out what our divine purpose is. We all have a divine purpose. We all want to be happy, and we want to spread that happiness to the rest of the world, because how do we end war? How do we end strife? By giving people what they truly need. I'm not talking about pandering to spoiled brats with cluster B. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about being in a state of no boundaries. I'm talking about what is needed to have a happy existence. Some struggle is important. We want to have some struggle because struggle gives us something to strive for and to work towards. And working is an integral part of the process of being a human being. And that is why Freud felt people who couldn't work would be depressed. Being able to work, being excited about what you do, being excited about your purpose, that's a type of profound happiness. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and do the empath's prayer. And of course, as we meditate on the empath's prayer and we bring in the empath's prayer, we want to think about our unique questions. Take a moment as we pray. Pick a deck that you feel is speaking to you, and let's see if we can't connect you to the higher consciousness, to the greater consciousness, and bring you closer to your life's purpose. I think we can do this. So without further ado, let's bring in the empath's prayer. Okay, I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively we say, Amen. All right, so this first reading we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way. And this first reading will be for group number 1. If you chose the first pile, then this is the reading for group number 1. Let's take a look at what your life purpose, what is the message from Spirit that you need to hear if you chose the first throw, the first card pile. We'll do 4 cards, we'll do a blitz, and we'll do a clarification. And your first card is a desire for work that has meaning and a desire for employment that has meaning. The Page of Pentacles often signifies a new job or a career change could be coming to you very, very soon. There's work or a new profession right over you. The pages often signify children or angels. When we think about the angel associated with the pentacles, we think about an angel that is close to the earth. And of all the archangels that is closest to the earth, we think about Archangel Gabriel. And that is because Archangel Gabriel is often evoked when people channel writings. We think about The Bridge Over Troubled Water by Paul Simon, or 7 Psalms, which was I believe his last album. He heard a voice in his head as he was waking up early in the morning that said, "You will write a piece and it will be the 7 Psalms." So that inner voice that leads you or that you channeled to write or bring messages to the earth comes from Archangel Gabriel. The Quran, transmitted by Muhammad, peace be upon him, came from Gabriel. So, of course, things get all messed up, mucked about when human beings get a hold of it. But supposedly, if you believe the story, it was a pure message, a divine message from the Archangel Gabriel. So we have Gabriel in the 7th house, and it is guiding you towards a new profession or new economic opportunity for yourself. And your house of opposition is telling you that you could be afraid of your own power, that really you could be wildly successful and you may fear it, because 9 of Wands is to feel trapped or cornered or afraid of the outside world. So you have this wonderful, glorious opportunity for a new profession that is calling to you. And you may think, oh my gosh, if I do that, I could be in a situation of power that I don't know if I can handle it. And so 9 of Wands has an aspect to it where the person actually feels a little bit claustrophobic. They may be agoraphobic as well, feeling cornered, afraid of going outside, afraid of the job. You may be afraid of the job that you've been called to. And we have your hope and fear. The King of Cups. The King of Cups is the bridge over troubled water. He's the King of Hearts. And he often comes in to teach us to balance ourselves, remain grounded, and recognize that nothing can truly harm us if we are grounded, if we know ourselves, if we are rooted and stable. You can see he has one toe. He's dipping in that water. He's dipping into that river and stream. It could be directing you to go for your dreams, that the thing holding you back could be yourself because of a fear of the power that you possess. And he may be encouraging you to put a toe in the water. It's like me wanting to be a folk singer. I'm 63 years old, and since I was a child, I wanted to be a folk singer. And here I am finally at 63, singing a few songs for anyone who wants to listen here at the Oracle of Whimsy, because I always wanted to be like Joan Baez, right? Some people are going to like what you produce and say, wow, that was really pretty, Whimsy. I enjoyed that. And some people are going to tell you, you suck. Please don't sing again. I've received both feedback. I've had rude people tell me to shut up. They don't want to hear anything coming out of my mouth, right? Shut up and die, right? So that there are trolls in this world. There are bitter, unhappy, ugly. I, by the way, have been one of those trolls. We have all been that person at one time, perhaps. The negative voice inside of ourselves that we end up projecting onto everybody else because we're miserable, awful people. And we want to make everybody else miserable. So be like the hawk and keep soaring. It doesn't matter if the little crows of the world are picking at your feathers, keep soaring. That's the message. But the King of Cups tells us, to the person who's agoraphobic or afraid of the outside world, that you may truly know what it is you want to do, but you may be afraid. They're saying, take baby steps. Go ahead and let yourself have a little fun. I see a new beginning starting for you in April. Possibly a new job, a new profession, you taking risk, trying new things you've never tried before. We think about it as April because wands, I read as time and space. We can see time and we can see space in the wands. The wands are different than all the other suits. They are alive, they live, they grow, they breathe. We can't say that about pentacles. Water just goes with the flow, right? Swords are associated with the metal element. But wands are associated with wood and fire. They grow and they bring us passion. They take over space. It can be a 4-month period starting around April. We're just entering April tomorrow, which is very exciting. A new beginning awaits you. You know what your dreams are. You know what you truly want to do. And you can be successful if you are organized and if you are courageous. And the clarification for you is, it is your destiny to do this work. If you don't do it, you will never be happy with yourself. If I don't pick up the guitar as badly as I play the guitar and at least try to sing a few pop songs, I'm never going to feel like my life is complete, right? So there is a destiny over your calling. There is a destiny over your work. Do not be afraid of your power. Do not be afraid of dipping a toe in. Inverted Ace of Cups could be an indication that you are pulled emotionally. You could be pulled from one love to another love. It could be that your love life is a distraction. It could be that your love life has led to procrastination. You have an opportunity to live the best life now. Doesn't matter if you're bedridden. You can be bedridden while holding a flute and learning how to play a flute in your bed. There is, while you are alive, there is hope for you to be happy. Maybe you were meaning to write that great book, but you're afraid of what will happen. Of course, there will be trolls. Of course, there will be critics. You must not procrastinate at this time. You must learn discipline. The King of Swords comes to cut through the chase. He also slices out the impurities. The swords come to teach us boundaries. And they also teach us to sometimes remove the obstacles to cure and the obstacles to change. The King of Swords is cold. He is the Ice King, and he teaches us discipline. So it's not just that you have to dip your toe in the water right now. It's also that you must be disciplined at this time. Just dip a toe in. Just try a little bit. Get out there a little bit in terms of what your calling is. And your final, sorry, I have the cards upside down. And your final outcome is to take the leap of faith. To take the leap of faith. Have faith in yourself that with discipline and hard work, you can achieve anything you desire. The Fool throws them. April is April 1st. That's not an April Fool's, by the way. It is The Fool takes a leap of faith in April, puts a toe in, gets discipline, and takes this golden opportunity in order to pursue their true calling. That is the reading for the first pile. And get busy. It is your calling, it is what you were called to do, and you will be successful at it. Okay, we're moving on to the second deck. And this deck was developed by Dr. Lena Rodriguez and Sienna Rose. It's the One Tarot. Again, if you'd like to pick up this deck, you can pick it up on Amazon. Absolutely love this deck. And you have chosen malachite. You have chosen malachite, which is a stone that's often used to open the fourth chakra or the heart chakra. Let's take a look at what your message from Spirit is regarding your divine calling. All right, so you could be at this time entering what's known as the Tower, and that could be that you're under a lot of stress right now. These are scary times. We're at war with Iran. The economy is in shambles. There's a lot of really scary things that are going on in the world, and we want to get back to center, and we want to think about what we can do to take care of ourselves when all about you are going crazy. The spiritual message for you is, how can you take care of you? Are you afraid you're going to lose your home right now? Getting lost in the worries of the world are not going to help you deal with what is happening to you in your own home. So I would say right now, your divine calling is to pull back from everything that's happening in the outside world and begin to look towards care of your own home. We're now in the time of spring cleaning, which means that this is the time to begin to do an account and a reckoning of your own life. If you had the Tower and you picked malachite, it could be that now is the time to protect yourself emotionally, protect your heart emotionally. Does that make sense? So the Tower is when you have a huge disruption in your home, right? Maybe you're losing your home. Maybe you're afraid that your health is falling apart. Your house is falling apart. So the worst thing you should be doing right now is listening to the news. The news is not going to water your garden. The news is not going to pay your rent. The news is not going to get you out of bed doing your yoga exercises so that you can strengthen your core, right? So the first message from Spirit is to deal with the Tower in your own personal life right now. The Tower is over you. Major changes happening, major changes to your home right now. Your house of opposition is the Knight of Swords, and that is war. The Knight of Swords is a bull in a china shop. It's destructive. So I'm seeing a lot of destruction and a lot of violence. Pull back from other people's toxicity right now. That would be my message for you. If you're looking for your divine calling, pull back from all this crazy and begin to address one by one every single thing that is going on with you that needs to be fixed, starting with the basics. And the basics are usually your four walls. Can you pay your rent or your mortgage? What are you going to do to make sure that you can continue to pay your mortgage? Can you pay your utilities? Can you pay for your groceries? Can you pay for your transportation? Give an account and a reckoning at this time over your home. If anybody is around you is violent, psychotic, or crazy, you have to get away from them. The Knight of Swords is violent, it's aggressive, it is war. So I'm seeing Tower over you, and I'm also seeing negativity. the negativity of other people around you. And for that reason, I'm a little concerned. Your hope and fear is the Five of Pentacles. That's a fear of poverty. Five of Pentacles is a poverty card. The other thing that I notice about the Five of Pentacles is that it's often a situation where other people could be dragging you down. Birds of a feather flock together. If you want to be part of your divine purpose, if you want to be aligned with your divine purpose, then get away from anybody or anything that is dragging you into poverty. This could be a situation of somebody who's having all kinds of problems with their health, with their finances, etc. And the main reason could be toxic individuals dragging you down. So you may want to avoid that. The other thing I would say, before all else fails, your health is your number one priority, starting with your physical health. And when you take care of your physical health, your spiritual health follows. So are you eating right? Are you able to give yourself proper nutrition? Are you flossing every day? Are you taking care of your dental care? What are you doing in order to ensure that your health is okay and that you're not in an impoverished state? And the final outcome for you is the Page of Wands. There is a new beginning or new opportunity starting for you in the month of April. The Page of Wands is associated with Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Uriel is the fire wand page. You know, it's the wood and the fire element, and it's associated with Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel is associated with the Page of Wands. A new beginning, and Aries is the time of late March and April. So in the Hebrew calendar, it's the month of Nisan. So we have this new beginning, Page of Wands, a new beginning in the time of April. And your clarification is the Five of Cups. I see grief also with this group, with group number 2. I'm seeing grief and loss. You may have lost your home. You may have lost family. You may be in family disputes right now. That has me very concerned. And your House of Opposition, a heavy load. Do not take on the karma of other people. So you have somebody mad at you right now, and they're dumping their crap on you. Get rid of them. You're under no obligation to financially support somebody else's kid, if that's what's going on, or some person that can't get their act together that's pushing 30 or 40 or whatever. This is somebody who has become a scapegoat to others. That's what I see. Somebody who is barely holding on and can barely take care of themselves, and all they're getting is grief, tower, and attacks by some toxic person, and carrying, look at this burden. Dump it. You're under no obligation to care for people who don't care about you. Tell them to get a job. Get lost, creeps. That would be my message for group number 2. You have a moral responsibility to your own health. You have a moral responsibility to take care of yourself. That is your number one priority. And if anybody gets between you and your responsibilities to take care of yourself, take care of your health and finances, they must be terminated from your life. That is your moral responsibility. And to do otherwise is a violation of the law. You are in violation of the law if you allow others into your life that are toxic to you, or if you're being gaslit into draining your bank account for some creep who doesn't respect you. Dump them. Erase them from your life, particularly if you're in an economic situation that is of strife for you. Do not carry the burdens of others. Your hopes and fears, Four of Wands, a desire for new beginnings, happy relationships, love, seeking love in your life, seeking new beginnings, new relationships. You cannot get somebody to love you whose very nature is toxic. If somebody is toxic to you and you're hoping and praying that they're going to become a nice person, stop waiting. They're not going to change. You have to change yourself. You have to change yourself, and you have to change your perspective. That is the message here. The person that you tried to, you're barely holding on, you're being drugged down, and you're hoping romantically, well, maybe someday he'll become nice. I just know he's my soulmate. All you have to do is decide to erase it. That is the power of the human mind. Pick yourself. Choose you. Choose. Of course, they're going to be angry. You stopped writing checks. Learn from the Oracle. You come first. If you want your true calling, you must first erase or remove toxic people from your life. Your money is for you. You worked it for it. It's yours. And your final outcome is a new beginning will start for you in spring, and you will have all of your wishes. Because the truth of the matter is, the message from Spirit is, you are an unbelievably resourceful human being. And had you taken care of yourself and made yourself a priority and been more selfish and removed these toxic, horrible people from your life, you'd be in a much better situation right now, because you are so smart, because you are so good at surviving. The Three of Wands means that your wish has been granted. The spiritual message from your guides is to be as selfish as possible and to erase toxic people and never let them have access to you again. They will not change by you enabling them. And whether they change or not is their own spiritual journey. It doesn't have anything to do with you. You must erase them from your life. If you do that, then a spring card comes as a new beginning, and all your wishes will be true. Everything you want. The Three of Wands is the wish card. It's also a 3-month period. You completely turn your life around in the next 3 months simply by making yourself a priority. Remember, it always starts with your physical health. Remove anything from you that is not conducive to your health, and that includes people. I love French bread. I like buying those big things of white French bread. I like to eat the center out and leave it hollow. Now, I know if I do that every day, it's going to be bad for my health. A little bit, un petit peu. A little bit of naughty is not bad, but I have to go back to my green smoothies, right? So be in balance, but avoid, the warning for group number 2 is you're taking on burdens that don't belong to you. You're being abused, or you have been abused. And it's your time now. You are in violation of the law. Erase them. Adult children, if they're abusive to you, erase them. I'm sorry. It's their journey. It's not yours. No one is entitled to abuse you. It's a tough reading for group number 2, but as you can see, once you start taking care of you and become selfish, of course they're going to accuse you of being selfish. They want to continue to exploit you. It benefits them. Enslaving you is good for them. Be selfish. Take care of you. Do not listen to people who exploit you. Erase them from your life. Stop waiting for abusive people to change. Start a new beginning. Terminate all associations with toxic individuals who abuse you. Think about your 4 walls. Think about self-love and self-care. Chant often, and then get a plan for becoming the person that you've always wanted to be. Develop the life you've always been meant. It's unfortunate that they won't be enjoying your great life with you, but you'll find a new group of friends, a new group of people that actually love and respect you. That is your reading. Tough reading for group number 2, but I have to be honest. I am honest. All right, so we're moving on to, I absolutely love this deck. It was given to me by my dear friend Francis. It is the Reverse Tarot. I believe it's called the Reverse Tarot, if I'm not mistaken, or something similar. I'll have to go look it up. But you chose that along with Obsidian. This is for group number 3. Don't you just love that beautiful green? I absolutely love that. Obsidian is grounding, and it will help you if you're feeling that you're kind of all over the place and you feel like your blood sugar is all over the place. Obsidian will help you with that. It helps ground you. Let's take a look at group number 3. How can you find your divine calling? What is your divine calling? What is your divine calling? Group number 3. We're having fun. And group number 3's first card is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles could be that you are an individual who came to this earth in order to serve the needy, in order to serve others who could not care for themselves. Now, we always want to give a warning with the Six of Pentacles that you always remain in balance. As you can see with the Six of Pentacles, we are trying to be in balance. Give to those who are worthy, but do not give to those who are not worthy. So be in balance, but you're probably a service worker, someone who came to this world to make the world a better place. But specifically, you come to serve. Your house of opposition is that things are going slowly, or procrastination, or not moving as quickly as you would like. But you've been called to serve. You could be a nurse, a healthcare provider, or someone who has chosen a profession where you genuinely take joy from lifting others up. Lifting others up and bringing and having justice is your calling. Many lawyers and people who are involved in human rights law will get this type of card because it's about giving justice to the needy. We live in a world where it's not about right or wrong. We live in a world that it's based on power. You either have power or you don't. Now, if you have power, you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do with the power you have? Everyone has some type of power. For example, I'm psychic. I'm more psychic than most people. I've always had an intense ability when it came to the area of being a psychic. Now, that's good and bad. It means that I have power, right? I have the power to read minds. I have the power to remote view. I have the power to entertain. What am I going to do with the power that I have? If I pull a Six of Pentacles, it means that I have to use my abilities in order to empower other people, not drag them down, and not use my ability to read minds to tear people to shreds, which I have done. I have gotten into people's heads for the sole purpose of tearing them to pieces. How they asked for it, right? You tell yourself, well, I can get into his facets or her facets, and I can find out precisely what's going on, and I'm going to tinker around and tear you to shreds, right? Because I see things, right? Or you can be like the Six of Pentacles, where you use your power in order to have justice. Ye justice ye shall pursue, right? Your opposition is the Knight of Pentacles that goes nowhere. So you could feel that you are not advancing far enough in your career, or you're not advancing in what it is you hope to do with your life. Your hope and fear is the Knight of Chalices or Cups, and that could be a desire for peace and love in the world. Your hardest spiritual struggle could be having to give up preconceived ideas or notions about how the world should be. Hoping it was a different world. Hoping we didn't have terrible things happening in the world, right? But you continue to serve. This reading would suggest that you know precisely why you were brought to earth. You were brought as a servant to lift people up and to bring them to a better place spiritually. That is why you came to earth. But your struggle is in letting go of preconceived ideas about how people should be. I see mastery over your work. For you, the message is different than for the other people who have received readings today. You have a calling, and your calling is to serve. And because your calling is to serve, you are being asked with the Eight of Pentacles to master your skills. For example, I'm an herbalist and a naturopathic doctor. That is my profession in this lifetime. And I use my psychic abilities as a medical intuitive to serve. If I get the Eight of Pentacles, the message from Spirit is that I must be the best naturopathic doctor I can be, to study medicine every single day, and to give my patients the best possible reading and the best possible medical advice and the best possible herbal treatments I can, because it is my calling. I have been called, right? When you become a naturopathic doctor, it's a calling. You receive the call, right? So I received the call. And then I went on a journey and I became the naturopathic doctor. I received the call, and so I became the medical intuitive and the herbalist. But it's not enough to receive the call. You must master the call. You know in your heart of hearts what you have been called to. The question is, are you going to procrastinate, or are you going to dedicate your life to mastering the call? That is what your reading is about today. And what Spirit is saying to you is master the call. Take it slow and be patient. You must learn patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. Being the best herbalist alive doesn't happen overnight, right? Your house of opposition, Ace of Swords, be patient. This year, dedicate yourself to education and mastery over your call. It will go well for you. Your hopes and fears, Nine of Pentacles, fear of financial stability. Did I choose the right calling? Am I going to be okay financially? The answer is absolutely yes. Just master your calling. And your final outcome is the magician who masters the calling. Isn't that a cute trick I just did? No, magician is about power and having the tools necessary in order to manifest what it is you desire to manifest. You have the tools. Master your calling. You are being asked by your guides to spend this year learning everything you can to master your calling, and that your calling will serve humanity and bring justice to the world. Do not fear for your financial stability. It will be taken care of, because the universe will make sure that your needs are met. And that is the reading for the third group. Okay, that's it. Those are the three piles. If you have asked yourself, what is my divine calling? How can I become realigned with my divine calling? Then I hope that this pick a card session has helped you. If you're trying to get in for a reading or a medical consultation with me, I'm Dr. Whimsy Anderson, and you can find all that information in the description of this video. And I hope you had fun today. So be kind to all, so that all will be kind to you too. Take care of yourself. Everything will be fine. And we'll see you next time. God bless you all. Be well. Bye-bye.